This prince spent more than $20 billion. Find out how. Hi, thanks for watching another video from Celebrities and Famous. Prince Jefri Bolkiah, the spending brother of the Sultan of Brunei, lives a wasteful life, filled with collections of yachts, 5-star hotels, and more than 2,000 luxury vehicles. He is supposed to be able to spend $50 million a month without any problems. Jefri and his brother are known for traveling with an entourage of 100 members and completely emptying stores, such as Armani and Versace, on extravagant shopping trips. The prince even paid millions of dollars to Michael Jackson to perform at a birthday party. Here are all of Prince Jefri's most extravagant purchases and how they put him in a legal battle of $14 billion. A collection of 5-star hotels. With a lot of money to spend, the Prince of Brunei has built a reputation for being extremely extravagant. After all, he is part of one of the richest royal families in the world. The Brunei royalty has an estimated net worth of between $30 and $40 billion. And while most of the responsibility and fortune go directly to the Sultan, Prince Jefri had no problem using his family's wealth to lead a good life. When it comes to luxurious places to stay, when the prince travels the world, it is not enough to just rent a good room in a hotel. Instead, the prince bought 5 hotels. Prince Jefri's collection of 5-star hotels is definitely impressive and leaves you with no shortage of options when it comes to suites. His collection includes the historic The Dorchester in London, the romantic and opulent Hotel Plaza Athene in Paris, and the incredibly expensive New York Palace, which costs $25,000 a night. In the Jewel Suite specifically. He also owns 2 of the best hotels in Los Angeles, the famous Hotel Bel Air and the Hotel de Beverly Hills. As for personal homes, the prince has many, but there is one that seems to be his favorite. It's St. John's Lodge in London, and when he bought the property for $55 million in 1994, it was the most expensive private home in the entire UK. The property is known for its famous extensive gardens. This appears to be the prince's most private home, but he is also a fan of so-called party properties, like this $37.5 million mansion he owned in Las Vegas. The huge house has 18 bedrooms and 27 bathrooms, over 11 acres of land, and a 12-car garage. In addition to homes and hotels, the prince also owns 250 different companies, including Asprey, London's luxury jewelry store that supplies the jewelry to the British monarchy. He paid about $385 million for the company in 1995. Prince Jefri is also known for being a bit of a playboy, and he made it official when he spent $34 million for the former Playboy Club at the 45 Park Lane in London. He paid more than 4 times the market price for the iconic site because he simply needed it. In 1965, the Playboy Club was the most successful casino in the world and is now one of the most luxurious hotels in London. More than 2,000 luxury vehicles. If you think the amount the prince is willing to pay for a club is a bit excessive, wait until you hear about his car collection. It is not only worth millions, it is worth billions, and it comprises more than 2,300 vehicles. The collection included several Bentleys, Ferraris, and Rolls Royces. Some of his most famous and expensive collection cars include the Bugatti EB110, valued at $1 million, a Mercedes-Benz CLK GTR Roadster in dark silver with an estimated value of US $5 million, a Porsche 550 Spider, which was bought at auction for a record $6.1 million, and two Jack Black McLaren F1, which can be sold today for up to $14.5 million each. But despite its value, the prince apparently leaves these cars to rot in his and his brother's gigantic parking lot. According to a collector who was able to see inside the garage, billions of dollars in luxury cars are kept in stifling temperatures, and some seem to have been totally forgotten. He even reported that some steering wheels were melting. Private aircraft, helicopters, and yachts. Perhaps the prince does not pay much attention to his car collection because he's busy with other types of transportation. The prince reportedly has 9 personal planes that he can use whenever he wants. This includes a private Boeing 747. It is a customized model valued at $400 million and is the plane that accompanies the opulent private jet with gold details of the Sultan. Prince Jefri also owns a $1 million Sikorsky helicopter, as well as a $180 million Airbus jet. The prince even has a fleet of 5 boats, which includes a 15-meter-long yacht that has a strange name. The yacht was built to order for the prince by the Dutch company Ship and reportedly features 24-karat gold accessories, tons of marble, and elevators connecting the various decks. It even comes with 2 small boats used to transport people to and from the luxury ship. Is strangely extravagant. The prince also seems to enjoy throwing money around to buy unique and strange things. Your yacht with a strange name is just the tip of the iceberg. He also has opulent things, like a wool rug with geos in solid gold threads, worth an astonishing $7 million. But perhaps most impressive is the amount of money he is willing to pay people for his services. He once paid $1.5 million for a badminton coach to be flown to Brunei and help him with his game. He also imported Joe Montana and Herschel Walker to help teach his son football. Taking advantage of their professional skills has cost the prince 7 digits in each. But most extravagantly, Prince Jefri once paid $17 million for Michael Jackson to perform at his brother's 15th birthday party. The event took place in a custom-built stadium for the event at the residence of the Royal Palace, which has 1,788 rooms and covers about 49 acres. But obviously, Michael Jackson was the star of the entire event. How he won and how he lost money. So how did Prince Jefri get so rich that he could hire the peerless Michael Jackson for a birthday party? Well, most of Prince Jefri's money came from his brother's 30 billion net worth. But the prince also did some of his own works. He served as president of the Brunei Investment Agency, which invests much of the country's wealth and is responsible for investments abroad. His biggest investments in the agency include the Empire Hotel, built at a cost of $1.1 billion, and Jerodong Park, the largest and most expensive amusement park in Southeast Asia, for $1 billion. The prince also served as the agency's finance minister from the mid-1980s to the mid-1990s. But that's when things started to get worse. While in office, he was accused of stealing $14.8 billion from Brunei. The prince hoped to blame his two lawyers for the crimes, claiming that he never signed his own checks and that other people were in charge of his finances. Instead, he ended up being sued by them for $23 million. After negotiations, an undisclosed agreement was reached in 2000. Although Prince Jefri claimed that the Sultan assured him that he could keep some of his properties to maintain his lifestyle, he was unable to keep so much. In 2000, the prince returned more than 500 properties, 2,000 cars, 100 paintings, 5 boats, and 9 aircraft to Brunei, and a large part of his property was auctioned. At one point, he was even forced to hand over 5 diamonds worth $200 million to the Brunei investment agency. So, the Prince Playboy may not be as well as he was before, but he was not expelled from the royal family, so he still has access to billions. Now he has remained more discreet since his fall from the government, but it's probably not the end of Prince Jefri's wasteful lifestyle. Millionaire haircut. Being a prince comes with the need to look real and worthy. So let's leave you with one last extravagant fact. Prince Jefri and the Sultan are supposed to spend, you see, $20,000 each on a single haircut. Oh, you heard me right. They fly from Brunei to London to see their favorite barber at a cost of $12,000 per flight. Whoa. We would like to thank you for taking the time to watch this video. So, what did you think of Prince Jefri's extravagant lifestyle? Share your opinion in the comments below. If you liked it, subscribe, leave your like and share with your friends. And bye bye!